Hey, Colabcoaching yet again. It's just some wise words of wisdom for the week. Week number 3 of the emotional cheating series. So excited to get into this week. As you see, I'm in a different location, but we still coming with the beautiful knowledge and wisdom, and hopefully, this video will be able to help you as we venture on into week 3. So, without any further ado, the question slash thought I have for you this week is: are you to blame for emotional cheating? Are you to blame for being emotionally cheated on? Either one, because as we have been progressing through the series, I'm talking to both the person that has been cheated on and the person who did the cheating. So, to put it plainly, for the people who have been emotionally cheated on, no, you are not to blame. For the people who have done the emotional cheating, yes, you are to blame. The simple answer is that. But I want to break it down a little bit, especially the people who have been emotionally cheated on, because I want to share a little bit about my journey of when I was emotionally cheated on as well. So, without any further ado, let's break it down a little bit. So, when you are emotionally cheated on, you can't help but to get the surprise hurt. As I said, patent pending to what to me coining the phrase. So, when you are surprise hurt, when you get that surprise pain, it's something that's shocking at the moment. But once that feeling subsides, once that feeling goes, I wouldn't say subsides all the way, because you still will be hurt, but it comes normalized. When it is normalized, there's another emotion that comes afterwards, and that happened to me, especially when I was hurt, but then I was like, okay, well, dang. And that feeling that I'm talking about is blame. The feeling of being blamed. And of course, you could get a lot of questions that stir up in your mind, like, dang, did I love too hard? Was I trusting too much? Did I not see the signs? And it makes us feel like we have a superpower. Like we have a superpower. It's like we can go back in time or go into the future and prevent things from happening, just because we willed it so. But to my knowledge, I don't know anybody that has that power. So if we're going through that issue and we're going through the feeling of being blamed, you can't help but to think like, dang, was it me? Was it me? Was I the one that brought this on? Maybe the way I was acting, maybe the way I treated my significant other, maybe it was the way that I thought our relationship should go, and maybe they didn't really like it. But all these questions that come to your mind, I want you to just slow down. When you think about these things, slow down and just rationalize it. Sometimes when we go through something, our brain tends to try to rationalize the situation, but it's time to use that power to your favor, because when your brain tries to rationalize those situations and then blame comes in, it's just something to mask the reality of it all. It's something that to throw you off, because then you start to minimize what the person did when they emotionally cheated. You tend to reduce the blame that they deserve. And in all honesty, they deserve 100% of the blame. But then when you start to blame yourself, you start to bring it down to 90-10 for yourself. Or you go down to 80-20 for yourself. Like, oh, well, maybe I should have communicated how I felt more. 30-70. And then when it gets down to, well, maybe they have something going on with them that they have to work on, and and maybe I'm the person that is going to help the person in their future relationship, and if I address it 40-60, and you get to 50-50, it's like, well, was it all my fault, or was it that person's fault? Because now I'm confused. And you can't get to that point. I'm here to say you cannot get to that point. Give 100% of the blame to that person. They deserve it. You did not break the trust. You did not cause the pain. You did not tell that person, go talk to somebody else, or go have conversation with that other person, or think about physically cheating, even though the emotional cheating has already started. You did not do that. That person decided to act. That person decided to go ahead and make a decision. And as I said, you cannot control nobody's decision, just like nobody can control your decision. If you choose to do something, you chose to do it. So you have to be accepting of the repercussions and the backlash, or the growth, or whatever you choose to do, whatever that chooses to come from that decision that you make. So that is why you have to stop blaming yourself, the people that have been cheated on. And I know there's some people listening like, oh, I didn't blame myself. I never said it was my fault. I know that person did wrong. But you can't help to think, when it comes to those times, especially when you initially feel that pain, it's like, dang, should I have seen this? Maybe I was blinded to those characters. Maybe I saw the red flags and I decided that I'm gonna go past it. Or the perfect example of this is when, oh, I know this person is not all the way where I want them to be, but maybe we can work on it together. No, 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 no. Not to say that everybody's gonna be perfect in a relationship. I'm here to say I'm not perfect in a relationship. When I went through when I was mostly cheated on, I was shocked. I got the surprise hurt, and I did blame myself. Like, damn, maybe I should have communicated more with her, or I should have talked to her more about things that maybe they weren't going right, and she didn't feel confident in the relationship. No, no, no. You can't blame yourself. Or I'm the person that mostly cheats. Like, oh well, I know she wasn't gonna listen to me anyway, so I was gonna go have that conversation with another person because that person is actually willing to listen to me. We start to rationalize everything just to make it sure it's in our favor. So when you come to the point when you are blaming yourself, you're trying to rationalize why it was your fault instead of placing the blame on the person that deserves the blame. We cannot, and I'm here to say it once again, we cannot control what people do. We can control how we react to it. We cannot control what people do, but we can control how I react to it. So if you see the signs and you choose to ignore it, that's on you. But if you know that that person is doing something and you choose to ignore it, that's on them as well. We have to remember the simple fact that they chose to act and it's not your fault. Again, I'll say it again. They chose to act and it's not your fault. And I know it gets hard, especially when you are maybe thinking about forgiving that person and you don't know how to approach it. Not to say that you need to end every relationship that you're mostly cheated on. I'm not here to say that. I'm just here to guide you through the journey. If you do decide that you want to forgive that person and you feel like it is the best decision for what you want to do and how you want to grow in your relationship, that's fine. But you have to let them be accountable. You have to let them be accountable for the decision that they made, because it is a decision that they made and it hurts you. Don't neglect your hurt just to make somebody else happy. Don't neglect your pain just to not make someone else feel guilty when they deserve to feel guilty and they deserve to blame. Simple as that. So, when you're thinking to yourself, am I the person to blame for being emotionally cheated on? Am I the person to blame that was emotionally cheated on? Am I the person, I'll say it again, am I the person to blame when I was emotionally cheated on? Simple answer is no. No, 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 no. It is not your fault. You cannot control how other people act, just like other people can't control how you act. But you have control of what you tolerate based on the actions of other people. If you allow people to treat you a certain way, they're going to continue to do it. But if you tell yourself that you deserve better, you deserve love, you deserve commitment, you deserve trust, you deserve somebody that's wholeheartedly in the relationship, you will not tolerate things like this. And it's mostly important for you to remember is that if someone does something wrong to you, you are not to blame. No, you didn't have to do anything different. No, you should have maybe started a conversation differently, or maybe you should have asked the person. No, you didn't act outside the relationship. That person did. So if that person had an issue about the relationship, they should have addressed it with you instead of trying to address it with someone else. Simple as that. Don't blame yourself. So if you're watching this now and you're struggling with the blame and the feelings of being blamed for being mostly cheated on, and you don't know where to go from here and you need help, I'm here to help you. Go to my website, Colabcoaching.com. Go ahead and fill up that relationship checklist. sign up for that free 15-minute coaching session. We could talk about anything and we can break it down. I'm here to help you. Facebook Collab Coaching, Instagram Collab Coaching, on my YouTube. All my YouTube videos, all the series are on YouTube, Collab Coaching. And I'm also a part of with Heart and Soul Podcast, at Instagram, with Heart and Soul Podcast on YouTube. Like and subscribe with my wonderful co-host Jackie. We're talking about all things relationships. Don't miss out.